Hello viewers, welcome once again. Today we'll be solving the third question in the WAEC 2013 paper 2 maths question. The third question there is a standard form. We are asked to simplify this and leave our answer in standard form. So let's do this quickly. Okay, in solving this problem, there are two ways in which you can do this. You can express each of these values in standard form and get to your final answer. You can equally use your calculator to multiply this, multiply this and divide with this value, then convert to standard form. But in this class, we will be simplifying this, converting each of these numbers to standard form before we now divide. So let's do this quickly. We have 0.015 times 0.063 divided by 0.0013. Now, like I said, we'll be converting each of them to standard form. Okay, to convert this to standard form, we are going to have this point. When you move it twice, 1, 2, and put your point here, so you're going to have 1.5 times 10 raised to power negative 2. The same thing is applicable here. You have times, move this point twice, you have 6.3 times 10 raised to power negative. Because you moved twice, because you move this point twice, you're going to say negative 2. So we have negative 2 divided by this point. Let's move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we have 1.3 times 10 raised to power negative 3, because we moved it 3 times the point. Now, here we are going to apply the law of indices here. First of all, we'll multiply the values 1.5, 6.3 and divide with 1.3. Then we now apply the law of indices for the powers. So here we have 1.5 times 6.3 all over 1.3 times, we take one of the tens, that is, we take one of the base. The base here is 10, and for the one on top, for this, which is multiplying each other, there's a lot of indices that says when two numbers are multiplying each other, numbers with powers are multiplying each other, that you take one of the base, then add the powers. If it is a division, you take one of the base and divide and subtract the powers. So here we'll take the base. We have taken the base, which is 10, and we are going to add the powers. For this, the one which is the division sign, we are going to subtract the power. So here we are going to add minus 2 and minus 2, and if we add minus 2 and minus 2, we have minus 2 plus plus minus 2. So for this, which is the division, we are going to say, to implement the division, we are going to say minus 3. Because the law says that if it is a division, that we should subtract the power. So this is what the law says we should implement, while this is the value of this power here. So this is same as, if you use your calculator to multiply and divide this, multiply 1.5 times 6.3 divided by 1.3, you're going to have 7.269 times 10 raised to power minus 2 plus minus 2 is same as minus 2 minus 2, and minus times minus will be plus. So we have plus 3. So this is equal to 7.269 times 10 raised to power minus 2 is minus 4 plus 3. Minus 4 plus 3 will give us negative 1. So our answer is B. You can equally decide to multiply everything here and divide with this. When you do that using your calculator, if you do that using your calculator, you are going to get something like 0.7269. That is what you're going to get, and so on. So when you get this value, that is by multiplying 0.015 times this divided by 0.0013. You're going to get something like this. So when you get something like this, you now convert to standard form. So by converting to standard form, all you need to do is move this once, and you have 7.269 times 10 raised to power negative 1. Because you moved once, it is negative 1. So thank you for watching. God bless.